Oh, hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I am here with my lovely wife,
WritingRaven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Indeed.
The segment where we summarize all the Psycho for you. Just a scattering of topics throughout the week, all summarized into a neat little package for you to enjoy and consume at your leisure.
You're welcome.
So, happy Jewish New Year, or soon to be, for those who celebrate.
Indeed, Rosh Shana Tova Umisuka.
If you guys don't know what that is, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's not a curse or anything.
But may your names be written and sealed in the book of life.
Anyways, let's not bore them with that.
True.
So we have a couple topics to discuss today. So without further ado,
let us bring in our first client, Chainsaw Man. In
the latest and final trailer for the studio's upcoming anime adaptation of Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man, MAPPA has continued to rev the hype by shifting the spotlight from our eponymous hero to 4 of his Public Safety Division teammates.
And this trailer looks absolutely awesome.
For those who don't already know, Raven and I only watch anime now. Not because there isn't some good mainstream stuff out there, it's just we're tired of watching garbage.
Yeah.
So we've been watching a lot of anime and stuff, so this looks like something that's going to be very, very much right up our alley.
Definitely something that might be in our top tier.
We'll wait and see. But I do like that they're focusing on the other teammates as well. It shows that they're not afraid to, show those characters and tell a good story. In mainstream media and stuff like that, they don't focus on the other characters. They focus on what the nationality, the ethnicity, gender, whatever you want to throw in there of the characters, rather than how they impact the story.
And usually anime focuses on actual story and character development, which is why we love anime so much. And this one, I don't know if that's his blood or the blood of the guy he just killed, but it looks so cool.
It does look cool, it looks interesting, so we wanted to start off today just kind of mentioning that we're both interested in this and we will be giving this a watch.
Especially coming from the standpoint of we have not read the manga.
Yeah, and I know that some people are very much, sticklers for the manga, and that's totally fine. We also like watching interesting content and stuff, and we feel like we're having much more luck and much more enjoyment out of watching anime than we are of anything mainstream these days. So we're both looking forward to this. Will it be good?
I hope so.
It looks good, but looks can be deceiving, but you never know.
Yeah, but I'm just there for the blood.
Yes, that was not a surprise to anyone.
Moving on. Next up in our waiting room, we have Wizard of Oz.
Somewhere under the rainbow? Kenya Barris says this new take on the Wizard of Oz will feature LGBTQ representation to tell a story that reflects the world.
This book was written for children.
Now, many people forget that The Wizard of Oz was written as a book first by L. Frank Baum. There's actually, I believe, 13 books.
I think it was 14, actually.
I don't know. Regardless, I read them all.
He's read them multiple times to the point that he's memorized them.
To some degree. They're very good stories, I would say, and this is a strong opinion, so you don't have to agree, but I would say the world that L. Frank Baum made is second to Tolkien. Not because of detail, but because of originality and complexities of the characters. And as you can see, and I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but this is an author's note from the book that I took a picture of and posted on Twitter. And it's basically L. Frank Baum talking about how important it was to him to take the responses of the children to heart. So he wrote this, but listened to what the kids had to say and incorporated what they said and what they wanted into the story for them.
He was someone who really understood give the customer what they want.
And he never intended to be an author for children. But he became that, and he even at one point was like, I'm finished, but the kids were so earnest that he continued that he did. Until he, passed away. The books are great. If you haven't read them, I would suggest you do, because there's way more to the story of The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the movie has nothing to do with the source material. The only Wizard of Oz movie I have ever seen that's accurate to the books is the Muppets version.
Now, I know that the movie holds a place in everybody's heart. I'm not here to tell you that you aren't allowed to like it. I will tell you, however, that I despise it. There are so many inaccuracies in the movie, and I'm not saying the movie itself as a product is not good. It is cohesive, and it does hold up very well.
And it does tell its own story, but it's very, very loosely based off the source material.
Well, not very loosely. The story is definitely the source material, but they've made so many changes to it that, for me, someone who's read the books, I'm not a fan. As I said, if you have not read the books, you should, but the reason we're bringing this up is because L. Frank Baum wanted to create a fantasy world for children. That was his goal. Now, you can argue, putting aside the inaccuracies in the plot and whatever, that the original movie did do that. Making it feature LGBTQ representation. There's no problem with people having that representation, but it doesn't need to be in everything. And here we're talking about an author who wrote a story, a fantasy, on purpose for children to escape, to go to magical worlds. And you're going to tell me that we're going to remake it with it reflecting the world we live in? Oz is a fairyland.
With actual fairies.
Nobody cares whose gender is whatever. Most of the creatures there, it's not even brought up.
That's true, actually.
Because there's no need to. It doesn't fit the story. Trying to force it into the story is not going to work. We've seen this trope over and over again. And there is absolutely no need to have this happen. But not only is there no need for it, it's completely against what the author of the original book would have wanted for this product.
So basically they're going to Rings of Power Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and I will be there every step of the way to tear it a new one, because the Wizard of Oz and the Oz Chronicles, as it would be called, are something I'm passionate about. So I will be tearing it apart piece by piece, just like I did with the original. I haven't made a video on it, but...
Personally, I liked Wicked, even if it is fanfiction.
I can't watch it.
I know, because you call it fanfiction, but I still thought it was a good play.
I'm sure it's a great play, I just can't watch it.
I know.
It's like people who like Tolkien's work and can't watch The Rings of Power. It's because not that they hate it from the get-go, it's because they can't watch something that doesn't fit the narrative of the story. And if you're going to try to force a narrative into a story that was written to be a fantasy, that is going to fail, as it has done so many times before. Despite what people on Twitter may scream and yell about, it does not do well.
Never. They never learn.
And they never will.
Unfortunately. Moving on. And next in line we have Wednesday Addams, again.
Welcome to Hogwarts. Gwendolyn Christie invites you, yes you, to apply. No thanks, I'll pass.
Please.
So, the reason we're bringing up Wednesday again is because there was a trailer released for it, another one, which talks about Nevermore Academy, ooh!
Basically like a promotional video for the school, and it's literally X-Men school combined with Hogwarts.
Literally. It's like, ooh, we have special gifted students here. They're weird, and we have them in a school for gifted weird people. Like it, because otherwise, if you're tired of normies, this is the place for you.
And yes, the principal says the word normie.
Just be careful, honey. You can't accidentally mix up what the principal is, because if you say it's the wrong person playing the role, you get attacked on Twitter because weirdos are weirdos.
Yes, apparently it's Captain Phasma playing the principal, when, to me, because I've been expecting to see Christina Ricci with every promotional thing out there, it looked like Christina Ricci to me. The makeup was just on par, and she had the same roundness in her face.
Whatever. The point being is that they made it... They literally have an IP that is iconic for multiple reasons. And their brilliant plan was to split up the family, take one of the characters, give her psychic powers, and then put her in X-Men School for Hogwarted Youngsters.
Warthog School of Grift, Craft, and Misery. That's what you called it.
Yeah. That is what I called it.
This is going to be so bad. Watch how, and Master said that if we haven't seen Christina Ricci yet, we saw in one thing about this that she had been cast as Wednesday's school rival, but from what I've seen in all the trailers, the school rival is the bald black girl, which leads Master to believe that...
I believe that what they're going to do is they're going to basically make Christina Ricci the teacher like Snape in Hogwarts, and with Harry, that whole relationship, and that's why they're going to be rivals, because she's way too old to play a child still.
Then why not just make Adult Wednesday?
Because that would require effort, and this they don't have to. They just want to have Hogwarts. You'll like it because it reminds you of X-Men and Hogwarts, right?
Oh, I wish the state had let that girl continue her Adult Wednesday Addams series on YouTube. She was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, there is a series like that on YouTube. Now, if you want to look more into that, that's for a different video. But this does not look good. We will be reviewing it.
Unfortunately.
We're not sure if we're going to review it episode by episode, or we're going to just do it at once, but we are pretty sure that we're going to live stream it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to watch an episode or the full thing and then do a live stream about it to discuss it.
I say we start with one episode, then after we finish that episode, we see how our brains are.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what I've seen so far.
I hate what I've seen so far.
So we'll have to wait and see, but no thanks. I don't want to apply today.
I don't want to apply ever. How dare you make my favorite author attend this horrible excuse of an academy?
Yeah, they actually made Edgar Allan Poe be one of the people who's been in it before. Whatever. It's really silly. It seems convoluted. Maybe they'll do it well, and maybe we'll have some pleasant news, but I don't think so from what I've seen, and my gut feelings are rarely wrong.
I've really learned to trust his gut feelings.
Yeah, so we will be reviewing it just to see how it is.
Wish us luck?
Hopefully our minds will come through intact, to some degree.
Amen. Moving on. And next up we have Andor.
Rotten Tomatoes approved critic and YouTuber John Rocca deleted a racist tweet that pushed the idea that white people should not review the latest Star Wars series, Andor, without a Latino guest. As you can see, he says, "Some Star Wars shows might get pissed at me, but if I see any Andor review that features all white people, I'm going to call it out. Andor has a Latino lead and deals with the migrant experience. Get Latinos or people with immigrant experience in this space to be your guests."
This is stupid.
You get a show that is giving you representation, and your first response is, I'm feeling represented, so if I'm represented, the only people who can review this correctly are people who are being represented.
Wait, he's Latino? He doesn't look it to me.
Yep. Say he is. I don't know. He deleted it. He got ratioed to oblivion.
No kidding.
I've heard a little bit about Andor from what I've heard so far, and myself and Raven have not watched it.
Mm-hmm.
What we've heard is it's kind of boring and slow.
But not necessarily bad.
Yeah, no, we haven't heard it, like, praised, but we haven't heard negative too much either. The only things that we've heard negative are that it's very slow, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, we're not here to bash on it, but come on, dude. You get representation, you get what you want, and your first response is to make a statement like this specifically to alienate people. Because that is what you're doing.
Because that's never enough, remember?
Yeah, they get what they want, they're happy, and then you would be ecstatic to have anybody review it. You should be so grateful. But instead, you have to put in a statement like this, and then you brag in the comments, "I've blocked a ton of people, keep responding." First off, you're not funny.
Mm-hmm.
And second off, maybe you should get off your high horse. There might be a reason that your YouTube channel isn't doing very well. Maybe you want to look into that, because it might have something to do with your personality.
And comments like this.
This is literally made specifically to get people mad. And look, I get it. Some people do that on Twitter, and that's a thing. But this was ignorant, stupid, and makes you and the people you are representing look bad.
Yeah, what he said.
This is a person who's approved to be a critic on Rotten Tomatoes and all this kind of stuff. And these are the kind of people they allow to review things. And we're supposed to think that he actually is doing this objectively.
Nope, he's doing it subjectively for whatever reason.
Yeah. Again, nothing against Andor yet. I mean, I'm not going to watch it, but I've not heard terrible things about it. But come on, dude. This was literally made to get people mad, and you're not even that good at it. So...
There was really just no reason for it at all.
Yeah, you're being hateful, and I can tell you right now, what you posted has just made people not want to watch. It has.
Shocker.
So guess what? The same people you claim to be speaking for and whatever, they're probably people who won't watch now.
Good job!
I'm sure you'll get your Andor Funko Pop and complimentary mug from Lucasfilm for your great review, which I'm sure you'll give completely non-biased. But anything for that Funko Pop, right?
I don't get the point of Funko Pops.
That's a whole different issue.
Good point. Let's move on. And next up we have Iron Man.
EA has announced a new action-adventure Iron Man game is in the works, being the first of several new games with Marvel. Now, what's interesting about this is actually the people who are making this game are the same people who made Dead Space. Now, I haven't played Dead Space, but I've seen people play it, and I think it's a very endearing game. Now, obviously the sequels were not as good, but if they make an Iron Man game that's anywhere near the caliber of the first Dead Space, that would be amazing, especially since I'm a big Iron Man fan.
Truthfully though, your genre of video games is more survival, but I can see you playing this one just because it's Iron Man.
Now, here's my worry though. It's Iron Man, so of course Iron Man is not alive in the MCU. Spoilers. And they're gonna replace him with Ironheart or Riri Williams.
Riri!
We will talk about more later on in this video.
Indeed we will.
I think that they're gonna find a way to shove her in.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I mean, they did that with Ms. Marvel in the Avengers game.
Now, EA does not have a great track record, but I'm interested to see where this goes, because I would really love an Iron Man game like that. I actually played a lot of Iron Man games for the PSP and other things like that. Yes, I have a PSP.
We still have it. It's in the closet.
It still works. But yeah, I've played a lot of Iron Man games. As I said, I'm a very big Iron Man fan, so I'm interested in where this goes. Whether or not I will pick one up or play it remains to be seen.
Yeah, I would totally be willing to save up money for this if it turns out to do well.
We'll have to wait and see. Again, keep in mind, if Disney Marvel has any fingers in this, it's gonna go bottom up.
Yeah.
So, looks good?
Cautiously optimistic. Moving on. But speaking of Iron Man, we do indeed have Riri Williams. I need you to oppress me so I can make something out of my life.
Little girl, please sit down.
Not until you oppress me, and then I will go steal power from a rich white man. I will become Iron Victim.
Black Panther 2 will feature some newcomers like Riri Williams, aka Ironheart.
How did I do on that voice?
I think you did it pretty well. What do you guys think?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, so I corrected this panel, and no, what's actually happening in the panel is actually still the same.
Basically, just he made it better.
This character, the reason I despise this character is not just because they're trying to make her a replacement Iron Man, but it's because how she gets her powers is she's a child, and she gets mad at her teacher because her teacher doesn't tell her what she can never be, and she demands basically that the teacher tell her what she can't be. That way, she can take that and overcome it, and that will be her life. To overcome the limitations set upon her. So she basically begs to be oppressed, and the teacher says, fine, you'll never be Tony Stark. And then she goes, steals Tony's armor somehow, reverse engineers it, and then Tony lets her keep it.
For some reason. Does that sound like a hero's journey to you? No, anyone can tell you that this is a villain's origin story. The fact that they say they have her demand to be oppressed? Children don't talk like that!
Regardless, it's a stupid concept. It's a stupid way to get powers. And look at that armor design. That is going to be her armor in the MCU. You excited?
No, it looks horrible.
It looks like someone took a Power Ranger and a Ninja Turtle and mixed them together.
I was thinking part of a Megazord. I mean, look at the hands. They're weapons. I don't get it. The design is horrible.
But she has a heart-shaped jetpack.
Wait, what?
Yeah, her jetpack's heart-shaped.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Well, because she's Ironheart, so we gotta be really on the nose with it. We gotta really just hammer it home that it's not Iron Man, it's Ironheart. Look, heart-shaped.
I think I would rather watch the adult video that this was based on.
Maybe that's news we don't want to share with people, honey.
We already have, though.
I haven't watched it.
I know, but I would rather than this.
Yeah, I'd rather not watch either, let's be fair.
Okay, fair.
But no, I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm sure it's better production quality than whatever we're going to get out of this.
Of course, it's Japanese!
Regardless, let's not go into that details. Hi, Twitter. We know someone's gonna clip this. Hi, Twitter. I hate this character. I will never like this character. Maybe they will make her different in the MCU in a way that she will actually be a better character. Don't care. And I have heard that her first armor, wait for it, is gonna appear in Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and is gonna be made out of stolen cars.
Yep, villain origin story.
Now, I can't verify this for certain, so just take it with a grain of salt. But it's like, if it's true, it's like, yes, she won't steal power from Tony or a rich white man. She'll instead, as a strong, independent black woman, will go and steal a bunch of cars.
That's a crime.
No stereotypes at all here, though, just so you know. She's strong, independent, and there's absolutely no stereotypes whatsoever. If you think there are, that means you're a bigot.
Ree!
Ree!
Who names their child that?
A mother who doesn't love her child. Good luck, Iron Victim. Much better name. I look forward to seeing your super villain origin story. And by seeing it, I mean I won't watch it because I think that it's a garbage character. But I look forward to trashing the show whenever it comes out because that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not coming into it with the idea that it's going to be bad. I just don't like the character from the get-go. So if they give a good job, a good show, I will praise the show. The character, I never will. So, cry.
What he said.
I mean, if you want to cry. I'm not telling you have to, so...
It's Twitter. They're gonna cry anyway.
No, Twitter never stops crying. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, good point.
But if you want me to tell you to do something, you should hit that subscribe button and like the video if you haven't already.
And maybe consider becoming a member?
Yeah, but let's move on.
Yes, let's. And last up we have Joy, Ezra Miller.
Warner has given Ezra an excuse. Ezra is free.
Oh my god, I love this one so much.
According to a number of the actor's close associates, the rabbit hole of the Flash star Ezra Miller's recent run of troubling behavior goes even deeper than previously believed, as in addition to having supposedly prepared a number of children and provided a personal disregard for the law, they also reportedly believe themselves to be the actual Jesus Christ. Not only that, but they believe that through their union with Dakota Iron Eyes,
they will bring about the apocalypse.
Because she's a spider god and...
of some sort. What is wrong with this guy?
I mean, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
This guy has serious problems in his head.
And, let's be honest, let's be fair here, we're calling him a guy because that's what he is. And it's been confirmed. People around him have said that whenever he's not in the limelight, he refers to himself with male pronouns, and he never calls himself anything like that, and he doesn't care about anybody else's pronouns, and he only dates women. So he is the definition of what we would like to call a trans trender.
I wouldn't say he dates the women, though.
Whatever. Whatever he wants to do, sacrifice them to the devil and summon the spider god, who knows?
This guy is insane, lock him up!
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't care how good the Flash movie is. This is ridiculous. Anybody else would be in prison right now. He isn't because, well, I'm non-binary, whatever I'm calling myself today, pronouns. I'm protected. No, you can't touch me, ha ha ha!
This guy needs to be in an asylum, a proper asylum. The kind that's abandoned and that he will never get out of for the rest of his freaking days!
That, he needs help. That's what he needs.
Yes, and that help can come in the form of a straitjacket!
Yes, honey, I agree. But he needs to get off the streets, and the only reason he's back is because they were threatening to cancel the movie, and he's back and apparently shooting scenes with Warner, and right now, he needs to be in prison.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person who likes to make declarations, whatever. This guy is a danger. He needs to be in prison. This is coming from my experience as a therapist, and I don't need that experience necessarily to talk about this guy because it's very evident. He needs serious help. He does not need to be given delusions of grandeur because he believes himself to be Jesus Christ because of people around him, but also because he, as the Flash, is the one who unites the multiverses, just like Jesus. No, this is correct. This is coming from him, yes. This is ridiculous.
No kidding!
He needs to be in prison. He should not be getting any publicity or anything like that. This is ridiculous. I do not know how Warner Brothers is going to spin this, but I can't wait to see them try, because it's going to fail spectacularly.
I don't know why they're still defending him.
They shouldn't.
They really shouldn't. This is what I can't believe, is why are they still backing him?
Because money.
They're gonna lose money.
No, apparently the Flash movie has tracked very well, but it doesn't matter because
if you have a criminal starring in your movie, people are not going to want to see it. There's a conflict of interest there. Just trash the movie and cast someone else.
Or release the movie on HBO Max and just make Ezra disappear.
Forever.
You want to not lose money on the movie, put it out that way, and put Ezra where he needs to be, because right now you are empowering him and you will make it worse, and it will become even worse before it gets better. If it gets better.
Yeah.
I'm scared the next news we're going to hear is that he's going to have offed somebody.
That's what I was about to say.
He needs to be off the streets.
Now.
We'll bring you late-breaking updates in the saga of Ezra Miller as we know more, because apparently we just keep getting more news about him.
Yes, but why must you torture yourself with finding constant pictures?
Let's not talk about that. I want to forget.
Or you could just reuse pictures.
You have not seen what I have seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen
what I have seen!
I'm done now.
Okay, moving on. And with that being our final client of the day, thank God, it is time for us to reveal the diagnosis of the week.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for you this week.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is grandiose delusional disorder.
Please explain.
So grandiose delusional disorder is a symptom of mental illness that's usually found in people with bipolar. But it is a delusion where the people are convinced of their own greatness, and they will resist any attempts to persuade them that they are mistaken. Ezra Miller is a good example. But this is a common trope we see in Hollywood, where these people make products and they are so convinced of how amazing these products are that nothing you say will ever make them think otherwise. That's why whenever fans criticize it's being review bombed, it's being whatever, is because these people are under these delusions that they are great and important, and anything you have to say is deemed lesser in their eyes. And they will resist it so much, and we've seen this time and time again, and we will continue to see it for the future. And that's why I feel this is a great diagnosis for this week.
I completely agree.
And now we move on to the remedy of the week.
And this week we are going to be sending you to the Rogue attraction, or as we know him, Rogue Disney. He does theme park videos, has also been helping us a lot with our upcoming trip to Orlando, and is all around a great guy. So if you like theme park stuff, go check him out and help him get more subs.
Yeah, he's criminally undersubbed. He definitely deserves more. He does some great videos. He also does some great, pop culture stuff as well. We see him on many shows. He's a great guy, so we did want to give him a bit of a shout out here. Hopefully we can bump up that subscriber count, get him closer to 1,000 subscribers, because he definitely deserves it.
Yeah, we wanted to thank him for giving us a hand and helping us plan our trip.
Yep, so grab your tickets.
And whatever else you need at a theme park, and let him know that Gothic Therapy referred you.
Indeed. But that is all we have for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss your weekly therapy session.
Or you will be charged. But remember, when you do subscribe, your first session is free, so smash those buttons like they're bad kitties. And do consider joining the channel at the dusk, midnight, or dawn level. We would appreciate it. You can also find links to all of our socials in the description below, as well as links to our merch store and our Discord server known as The Clinic. Be sure to check them out. And also, Happy New Year!
Yep, Happy Jewish New Year from us to you, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Gothic Therapy, out.